Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports that the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, Rafael Grossi, has issued a stark warning that North Korea is demonstrating a very serious increase in its capacity to produce atomic weapons. According to Grossi, the agency has observed a rapid escalation in operations at North Korea's Yongbyon nuclear reactor, its reprocessing unit, and light water reactor. Furthermore, the activation of other facilities and the construction of a new enrichment-like facility were noted. These developments collectively point to a significant enhancement in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's nuclear weapons production capabilities, which are estimated at a few dozen warheads. North Korea, which conducted its first nuclear test in 2006 and has been under UN sanctions for its illicit weapons programs, cut off access to IAEA inspectors in 2009 and has vowed never to surrender its nuclear arsenal. Grossi clarified that the IAEA has not observed any particular Russian assistance in North Korea's nuclear development, despite Pyongyang providing ground troops and artillery shells to support Russia's invasion of Ukraine, reportedly in exchange for military technology from Moscow. NHK reports that U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has called on allies in the Indo-Pacific region to increase their share of the security burden. Speaking at a global security conference in Singapore, Hegseth highlighted China's rapid military strengthening as the reason for this demand. He noted that, for too long, regional security has relied heavily on American military power, allowing allies' defense capabilities to decline. Secretary Hegseth specifically praised Japan's concrete steps toward defense transformation, calling their momentum headed in the right direction while also expressing high expectations. The United States is demanding that allies and partners raise their defense spending to 3.5% of their GDP. Hegseth stated that Washington would expedite arms sales and expand intelligence sharing with model allies, but those who refuse to meet these demands will see a clear shift in how the U.S. conducts business with them. In a meeting in Singapore, Japanese Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi and U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth agreed to further deepen cooperation concerning China, which is escalating its military coercion. The two defense chiefs also affirmed a policy to accelerate joint missile development and production between Japan and the United States. Secretary Hegseth expressed approval of Japan's recent revision in April of its defense equipment transfer guidelines, a move that now largely permits arms exports. He stated that this change would bolster regional deterrence and contribute significantly to peace and stability. This engagement marked the fourth in-person meeting between Koizumi and Hegseth since Koizumi assumed his defense portfolio last October. Minister Koizumi further briefed Secretary Hegseth on Japan's ongoing efforts to strengthen its defense capabilities, including imminent plans to revise the nation's three primary security-related documents: the National Security Strategy, the National Defense Strategy, and the Defense Build-Up Program, by the close of this year. This news comes from GG Press. According to Lian Heizobao, the European Union is set to unveil a new package of technological sovereignty regulations by Wednesday, June 3rd. This ambitious initiative aims to significantly reduce the EU's reliance on U.S. digital companies and Chinese chips by promoting indigenous European alternatives. The strategic document, seen by Agence France Presse, underscores Brussels' ambition to re-establish Europe's position in the global geo-economic power competition. Key components of the plan include the Cloud Computing and AI Development Act, which seeks to accelerate data center infrastructure deployment, a CHIPS Act proposal to enhance semiconductor supply security, and measures encouraging public institutions to adopt open-source software for greater control and flexibility. While not explicitly naming the U.S., American tech giants currently dominate the EU market, particularly in cloud services. This move could create new geopolitical tensions across the Atlantic, especially given past concerns about a potential kill switch on critical digital infrastructure. An international study reported by Sing Tao has unveiled a new DNA testing method that can identify breast cancer patients who are unlikely to benefit from chemotherapy, potentially allowing millions to safely avoid the treatment and its burdensome side effects. The research, led by University College London, UCL, involved over 4,000 newly diagnosed breast cancer patients aged 40 and above from 6 countries. The Prosigna gene test measured the activity of 50 genes related to breast cancer growth to assess recurrence risk. Results showed that over 2/3 of patients with lower risk scores could forego chemotherapy, achieving a 5-year survival rate of 93.7%, comparable to the 94.9% for those who received chemotherapy. Clinicians have long recognized that many common breast cancer patients gain little from chemotherapy. This breakthrough, which will be presented at the ASCO annual meeting in Chicago, promises a more personalized and efficient use of medical resources. However, its applicability to patients under 40 is still under investigation. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.